All right, don't take my jersey personal or anything. It's the wrong attire, but it's game day in the Gordon household. But I'm going to tell you a little story about being deployed to Baghdad with a good friend of mine, Scott Summers from Boston. We all called him Scotty P, and he had the thickest Boston accent you ever heard. But we lived together in the same room for a while. We were in the same platoon, and Fob Union 3 was a bombed out palace, and we used to sleep there. And as soon as the lights would cut off, you could hear the rats starting to run across the rafters, and it was something we dealt with every night. And before long, you hear them start climbing down the walls, and there was rumors going around of certain medics getting nibbled on at night, their ears, getting bit and all kinds of stuff. So we'd hear them coming down. This one night, must have been, I don't know how many, but it sounded like a whole army of them coming down. My buddy Summers said, "Yo, Gordon, if one of these things falls and lands on me, I'm going to scream like the biggest girl you ever heard." And we all laughed about that. And they used to give us rat traps to try and combat the problem. And I mean, there were some big old rat traps, and we'd set them every night. And this one night we were laying there, and here they come, and it was hear them coming down the walls, and all of a sudden you heard a rat trap go off and kind of laugh like, we finally got one. And before long you could hear the trap getting dragged across the floor closer to us. I'm laying in the bed like, "Hey Summers, hey, go check that out." And he's over there like, "No man, you go check it out. I don't have any shoes on." And I was like, kind of went back and forth. Finally we both decided, all right, I got my shoes on, let's turn the lights on. So we turn the corner, get there, expect to, find what you would expect to see in a rat trap that went off. And we're sitting there looking at an empty trap. There's nothing there. And it's like, my buddy Summers is just, we're starting to scramble, looking around, seeing, where this thing is so it wouldn't climb up our legs or anything. And we're out there facing getting shot at and IED'd and car bombed almost every day, and never fazed us, never were scared of it, and you put us out there with a couple of rats, and it was like the worst thing you could ever do. And we're just looking around, and my buddy Summers just like, that thing had to just power clean this trap off and shook it off like it was nothing, and in his typical Boston accent. But if the only thing, I guess, if the bad guys would have had a few more rats or something, maybe it would have done more harm to us than what they were doing. But that's my story. Scott Summers and the rats over in Baghdad, Iraq. Thank you.